What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of Sales Stories in Real Life. I'm your host, Alex Bruschi. I'm an AE at Salesforce, and I believe that in the day and age of the internet and AI, that one of the best ways salespeople can stand out amongst their peers is to deliver an incredible buying experience. Because of that, I started the podcast Sales Stories in Real Life, where professional salespeople share their stories about memorable buying experiences. I hope that you check out this episode and a few other episodes. Let me start with a memorable buying experience of my own when I purchased $50 running socks. And it all started a few years ago when my wife and I decided we were going to run a marathon and needed to purchase our first pair of running shoes in order to really take long distance running seriously. We went to a store called Roadrunner, and as soon as we walked inside of the door, we were immediately greeted by a salesperson who immediately started doing thorough discovery. Shortly before I knew it, I was on a treadmill doing about a 30-second run to have my steps analyzed to see which running shoes would best fit my feet. This is something I had never had done before. The salesperson made us aware of the effects of pronated feet on your running, how the arch of your foot impacts what shoes you should wear, how the different fits of different sneakers impact the type of experience you have long distance running. So I had learned just about everything that I ever had about long distance running in just a few minutes experience with this salesperson. After my experience on the treadmill, I was recommended a running shoe that tightly hugged the back of my Achilles because of the specific way that I was running. I tried on the shoes. Sure enough, they were an incredible fit. I tried them on the treadmill again, and I was just about ready to go pretty instantaneously. Where this story gets interesting is as I was walking to the checkout aisle with my salesperson, he handed me a pair of socks and he said something really interesting. He says, "Aren't you also going to get a new pair of running socks for your new running shoes?" And I immediately said yes and purchased the pair of $50 running socks. Now, I am not the typical person to spend $50 on a pair of socks. That is not at all who I am. And this is exactly displaying the power of a memorable buying experience is that once a seller has established credibility, that they are an expert in their space, you teach them something that they never knew before, thought about things that they had never considered before, they will be willing to follow your lead in your area of expertise. So, in this area of expertise, this salesperson at Roadrunner became my long distance running expert, and I was ready to take whichever recommendation he gave me in order to achieve the best results. As a fun fact, I still have those running socks to this day, and they are my favorite pair of socks. So it was a sales job well done. This is a quick little teaser of what you can expect from the rest of our Sales Stories in Real Life podcast episodes. I host some of the brightest minds in sales weekly to talk about their memorable buying experiences. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast episode. I hope that you check out a few more episodes and Sales Stories in Real Life, fam. We will see you next week. Thanks again for listening. Cheers.